Hi friends, my name is Lokesh and this video is basically Locators in Selenium IDE. Previous I discussed with the IDE name link test and CSS selector. Some of the contents I discussed on that. And today I am going to discussing on DOM and XPath. DOM is not basically most of the time we are not using on that. That's why I am showing just a theoretical part. If you want to practice on your end, you can practice on that. But just I'm going to theoretical part. What are the steps you are going to want to use, and that everything I will show the steps. And also I explain the XPath in practical also, because we are going to use the XPath in WebDriver also. Okay, and this locator DOM is a document object model. DOM is represent JavaScript content or CSS select objects we can capture and we can use on that values. Okay, basically we are using most of them in the JavaScript, which is the application is basically developed by the JavaScript. That content we can get access on that using these objects. Okay, but security reason, unfortunately I did not get that website server is down. That is the reason I'm not going to explain on today. In future, maybe if it is work and the server is up, then I will explain this part one more time. Okay, see the DOM object model is a simple term. This is the way which is a HTML elements are structured. Selenium IDE is able to use the DOM and access the page elements. If we use this method, our target box will always start with DOM equal to DOM. Okay, which is the JavaScript presented on the prefixed value. Document elements are presented any kind of thing. Okay, DOM is the target is start, because in last video if you saw the CSS selector, CSS equal to, which is the tag is presented, target and target values are using, right? Same way DOM equal to document dot get element by ID or get element by name, which is the element is presented on that, we can use on that. Okay, however the DOM is prefix is normally removed because the Selenium IDE is able to automatically interrupt anything that starts with the keyword is on a document to be the path within the DOM anyway. There are some locate elements in the get element by name, get element by ID, get element by name, DOM name and DOM index, which is the position is presented. Get element by ID. We focus the first method using get element by ID method, document.get element by ID, which is the name is presented. Okay, ID, if ID of the element equal to this is the value of the ID attribute of the element to access, this value should always be enclosed in the pair of the packnames. Navigate the step, which are the steps you want to follow. That steps: facebook.com, Firebug, inspect the keep me login, the checkbox. Unfortunately my checkbox is not happening here. Okay, and that persistence and checkbox, if you find that one, it will get on that. Okay, second step, open the IDE target box, enter the document or given persistent box and click find. Selenium should be able to keep me logged in checkbox, though it cannot highlight the interruption of the checkbox. Selenium IDE can still surround the element with the bright green border. Okay, check my end. I will try to this one, not only that one. I'm like going to check. Okay, 128. Where is ID? Let me check if it is work. Okay, if it is not work, let me change the presented in now highlighted, right? See, did you see this one? It's work. Now this is the path I given, and unexpectedly document.getElement by ID. If you are not using document, you can need to mention the DOM. As per our syntax, we can use see above statement use under DOM equal to some prefixation of the document. The DOM is basically given the document. Then the document we are using, and we are getElement by ID, we are navigation, and we are giving to see on that purpose. Okay. If you want to see the getElement by name, also same thing, and I'm going to check if it is exactly the we want to maintain the index also. If we see the ID means okay, but a name I thought like if it is work properly or not, I don't know exactly. Wait a minute, and if it is work, then it is good on that. Highlighted, which is the position the text box is presented. The text box position we are going to capture it. Okay, which is the text box is exactly the text box position is 0, this one is 0, this one is 1. Based on that places we are capturing on that. Okay, there are the two things. Okay, it's an ID and name, and which are the steps we are going to using. If you want to see the Facebook, you can capture the Facebook, and you can use anywhere on that. DOM colon name, position is the syntax DOM dot forms, the name of the element dot element, the name of the element. Okay, sometimes we are using and sometimes not using on that. Okay, that one is an theory part is an index, name of that. This one is an index, the position which we are using. Okay, but it's not that much of important. That one forgot that two things. Okay, now we are going to most important point. If we are going to using this one is an WebDriver also. Okay, don't go for the Mercury. You can use a Facebook homepage. So homepage, Facebook login page, and Firebug, and inspect an element which is you want to provide. Okay, and use the slash as an forward slash as a presenter, and we can see the find button, and we can keep it in. This is the theory part. I don't want to go to see show of that. I will explain the detailed part of the X path into the WebDriver when we are going to discussing the locators into the WebDriver. Okay, not that much of important on here. I will explain you on later videos in Selenium WebDriver. Okay, just you can see just the practically how we are using in IDE. Okay, just knowledge and purpose I'm giving on that. So now here I don't want to keep it this one, delete it. Okay, now fiber can go here and keep it. Here is an export, and here we can click that one, export CSS selectors and sizable. This is not we are using, most of the time we are using these two. Okay, so in export, this is the export value. If you want to see the CSS selector value on particular location, this is a hash. See, ID is presented, ID is captured, and hash. I explained the CSS selector when we are going to the tag name and ID. At the time here is a hash we used on the previous video. On the same way we are using as a CSS selector here. next path click, and our topic is basically export, right? That is the reason I'm going to export and copy, and which is presenting, yeah, paste it. We don't want to see the dot symbol, remove that one, dot symbol, and find a highlighter. If you want to write your own means, you can write also. See, / input braces square braces @id equal to email, or square braces close. Click that one and find it. Now it is highlighted. Okay, and when we are going to copy paste, at the time it will represent the star symbol. Okay, when you will see that export, this one also is correct. See, now also why is the star symbol is coming to the picture means the HTML tags reference is so many tags are presented inside the labels. Everything is presented. If you check the here registration place, here is in a password, is in an input tag is presenting, and the same way you can see here input also, here also in the mobile section, in this mobile or email place also input is presented, but uniquely is presented IDE. But if it is not IDE uniquely presented, at the time it's a tag name is in all places are same. That's why we directly keep it in star symbol means it will directly fetch all the inputs in one place, which is uniquely using that input value. That input value it will go and it will search that entire value and it will give the output. Okay, input is star symbol is represent the input. If you want to use input, if you want can use the input, no problem, because directly it will give the value. See that related here, right? Same thing. Okay, this is all about the theory part of the CSS DOM and XPath. Okay, in the locators, this class is end of the locators. Okay, I will detailedly explain in XPath and whatever. Okay, that's all about. If you like this video, please like me, and if you want to comment on my video, please comment. Thank you for watching.